Should have bet the man. Yeah, cause I'm way up. Long ways from the days I these valet stores couldn't pay. Nowadays, all the cake I make us is enough to buy about 100 trucks. From Mercedes, I resage Chukwueze. Then my babies, label here be trying to.
From the future site of Super Bowl 60 in a few years' time, there's a look inside Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara. Tonight, it's a compelling late-season clash here in Week 16, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the San Francisco 49ers. It's the nightcap to a big Christmas day full of football. The Ravens and the Niners. Off we go from Santa Clara. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
11.
Now Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play. And it's 3rd and 5. Look at this Baltimore defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Throwing Jones. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Smith. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Gibbs fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team. Fumble recovered. They stop.
And they will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
21.
They go play action here on first down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Here we go. 11.
Back to throw. Jones. Pass complete to Akers on the out route. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. The Niners had 8 and 6 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, Akers, back-to-back catches. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Here we go. 11. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his His throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
21.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Jones off the bootleg. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tyreek Hill. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Niners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And, indeed, he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Now Gino. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Smith. Flush to his right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball,
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Here's Jones, looking to throw on second down. He's up to the 20. Now he's loose at the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Meanwhile, Jones, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. Jones now throwing on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Touchdown! Cam Akers, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
Smith. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Geno out to throw. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Throwing on third down, Smith. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Here we go, 11.
Jones, a final shot before break. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Down the sideline he goes. Calvin Ridley.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the Stormtroopers, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Smith.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this returnable for Hill. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. On first and 10, Jones. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
12. 21.
Off the play fake, Jones. finds her man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action. Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 40 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First down, Ravens.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Throw caught there by Willis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Second down and a yard.
At the 43-yard line.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the 50, it's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it.
The Niners take over first down 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Michael Mayer from 10 yards out.
And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Niners 28, Ravens 7.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
7-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down, here's Gibbs. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the play. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Throwing is Smith. Escaping the pressure right.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
They snap it to Smith.
And that one knocked away and incomplete.
Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Here we go.
Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out. Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Now Jones. This one caught by Ridley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during
touchdown. Michael Mayer, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go, here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Flush to his right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back to throw, Smith. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he will have a Ravens first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Throwing now is Geno. Flushed out right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
Play action. It's Smith sliding out of the pocket. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Niners force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 10-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go.
Throwing Jones. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he's brought down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10.
21.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's complete right back to Ridley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there. and a first down. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Point after, right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Operating from the gun, Jones. That is caught at the 7. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them more genuine.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Cam Akers with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things in this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Evades him at the 20. Still moving. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end.